So why can't we
Hey, everybody, Dr. Jacob Allen, auctions from live from Long Island, New York, and other parts of the Northeast. Where are you these days? You're back in New Hampshire?
Yep, I'm in the Shire.
All right.
Nice.
Kamal, you had a question?
Yes, I said, there is a way to focus on IPOs and
Some brokerages let you give you shares. Like I know a friend of mine who uses Fidelity that got 100 shares of Core Weaver and 100 shares of, I think it was Core Weaver, 100 shares of Circle. So
circle.
he had a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Core Weaver, but I'm sure about Circle. So anyway, I wanted to look quickly at the SPY, and then I'll turn it over to Arjen for anything and everything else.
Yeah, I can chart SPY. I can just chart everything.
I just want to take one quick look at my chart because it's easier than me directing you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the vortex. Show us the vortex.
I think I see a vortex.
I think I see it too. I'm charting it now, and it looks like. Are we at an all-time high right now?
No, 2 points.
Almost there.
A couple of points.
Could be tomorrow.
Couple of points away.
The chart says maybe by Friday, maybe by Monday.
Here's my chart, the vortex. If you notice, it's a ascending wedge, which I know is bearish in the long run, but until it gets to its conclusion, it's a vortex. Look at it spin around and go up. That's how I see it. So if you come down at this point, you can be as negative as you want. I don't care. Maybe.
What day is that? What is that? August?
I'm guessing it's about 7 weeks from today.
Yeah, scroll down a little. We can see.
Does it tell you?
No, scroll down on your screen. Like, scroll. No, scroll down. Don't drag. Scroll.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, keep going.
No. Like on the right side of your screen, you have the scroll bar. So just scroll down. Yeah.
More right. Yep, right there.
Yeah, there it is. Go all the way down. Yeah, so that'll be like August.
So I'm thinking
early August. Yep.
Early August?
Yeah, I think so.
So in a couple of months, right? That would be July, 1 month.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Well, I guess it's possible to go up that much in 6 weeks. Why not? It sure. I've been very bullish since about midway up this vortex. Been extremely bullish from about 550 up.
So I'm not very familiar with vortexes, but I see a couple of candles below the vortex and a couple of candles above the vortex. That doesn't.
Yeah. Well, it attempted to leave, but it didn't. It couldn't. It didn't. Right.
It got sucked back into it.
Yeah, I got sucked back into it. And it doesn't have to conclude exactly on 8/8. Now I see it. How come? Tells me 8/8.
Yeah, it seems like if we get any pullbacks for the next month or two, I agree. I think you buy them up. It looks very, very, very bullish.
But it could end earlier. It could end right here at 7:30, something like that.
Yeah, the 50-day is about to cross up over the 200-day for the first time since April. So that's also
So you're saying if you get a candle that touches both top and bottom lines of the vortex, that's probably it, right?
No, clean break. A clean break would be it. It doesn't touch it at all. It goes below it or above it. It's not going to go above it. It's bearish ultimately.
Yeah, these ascending wedges they tend to be bearish. Yeah, I mean, enjoy the next 6 weeks. Basically, is your opinion?
Yeah, I think at that point you could get a pullback to just about the lows that you see here. It's 592.
Yeah,
which is substantial if we're all the way up here at 675 or close. 671, right?
correct.
90-point pullback at that point. or about 18%. Not
Yep.
20, because that would put us in a bear market, but I think close to it. We could have a significant pullback of 90, what I say, 670 to 590, 80 points.
Yeah, no argument here. I'm seeing the same thing.
Okay, so I'm going to let you take over. I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah, we can start with the CRK because we value our viewers and we want to give the viewers what they want. So
Yeah,
that's what we're
okay. That's David, right?
You could see my bold spots in this video.
going. So for
Well,
those
yeah,
that
you should buy HIMS. Don't they have something to grow hair?
yeah,
No,
take
I don't have a problem growing hair. They're just growing in the wrong spots.
Oh, okay.
take a little flight to Turkey maybe.
I did. This is
Oh,
it.
oh, nice. Yeah, you look good. Okay.
I went. It was like really bold. I
So
went to Turkey. I got a hair transplant.
Dr. J, this one kind of looks like you're halfway up the green candle move down. It retraced about half of its run from.
Didn't we call for a pullback?
We did, yeah. But it went from about 25 to 31, and it pulled back exactly halfway. Today's
I want to see it a little bit further down, the middle of the green candle.
Do you think it's going to fill that gap? Do you think it's going to fill that gap?
It doesn't have to, but it could.
Which is the top of that green line? What is that green line?
The green line is going to be at $26. I think the 20-day moving average seems to be a good entry point.
Support.
Yeah. Entry point support. Yeah. It looks reasonable.
If you got itchy fingers and can't wait for the middle of the green candle. That would be my opinion.
Yeah. I think those are going to end up being similar levels, something in the $26 to $27 range. If we look on a longer time frame, I mean, this is just straight line up. So yeah, might be a healthy pullback here. Yeah, so something I would say right around here, right around this
What I'm saying is if you don't have a position, you want a DCA, I would look for a little bit lower than where we are now, the middle of that big green candle.
Yep. Call it 2750.
Okay.
Give or take.
Plus, our opinion, strictly our own, not investment advice, all of that.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, we did that for David. And the next request here is our good friend Mantis wants to look at a Novus because he owns the whole company, I think.
I think considering the last move down, yeah.
Wow. This is ugly, man.
It's really ugly. And I mean, at this point, you have to pray that 50-day is going to be support, because if it's not, I mean, what are we doing here, right? Like, it was looking quite bullish for a while, but then it hit up against prior.
I have a lot of shares of that.
It's at a good place to buy if you believe in the company.
If you believe in the company, I agree. I think the 50-day, it bounced right off it today. So
I believed in it when it was around 8.
Well, the good news is, according to Mantis, they're fully enrolled for the Alzheimer's phase 3.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be stuck in this range for a year.
They were approved for Parkinson's further trial, but have no money. Something like that.
It really worries me that it couldn't bust this level, because I was watching this level very closely. And I mean, if it can't get up to 350 and keep it, then I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, you do have a lot of support just below the average.
I think this is, for me, a swing trade. I might swing it up to the 20-day and then just have a 10% stop loss below, because I don't want to deal with this if it goes to $2.
I don't want to deal with it at all. I'm just rooting for it from a patient point of view.
Yeah, I think I don't own any, so I may buy a little just to have some skin in the game. But yeah, I won't hold it past 275. I don't
I've
think.
been in and out a number of times. Only a
Yeah,
couple of times did I make money. But when I made money, I made a lot of money. So,
right.
so
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'd
have lost so much money on
rather not touch this. I'd rather take a blindfold, cover my eyes, and buy Circle or CoreWeave or any of them.
yeah, or some of these energy plays that have been doing well, or metals.
Professor Spike is still in it.
Yeah, we'll look at bbai, and then I want to do one of my platinum plays that had a really another big pop today.
So did silver. Silver goes up every day.
Yeah, silver. Platinum is just on a amazing run. That's been my best of the year. But yeah, this one's interesting because the green candle basically almost retraced the entire red candle. It's like what's the engulfing? It's not quite an engulfing, but it's close.
It's an inside candle,
Yeah, the high that it closed, or what it closed at today, 580, is the exact same number that it opened at yesterday.
It's not really super bullish, but it's not bearish either.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, what I like about it is it closed near the highs today. I mean, I think this level here that I'm gonna draw, I think makes sense if for a potential entry point, right around 520.
Actually, it's more bullish than bearish because if you take the two candles together, you're doing pretty good, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the last
exactly.
3 days is very volatile. The past 3 days.
Very volatile, yeah. But the good thing is it held above that first candle. But I mean, I personally wouldn't enter now. I'd probably want to have it retrace back to this 5.
Can you draw a line, like ascending line on the top candles the past, let's say, 3 months?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, just give me a sec.
I think it's very, very likely you can ride this back to all-time highs.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I would just be a little patient with the entry.
Which one is this?
Yeah, this one's
What stock is this?
Big Bear Holdings.
Oh, bbai. Very strong shot.
Yeah, let me draw the lower channel too. Yeah, that's not perfect, but
It's okay. We get the idea.
yeah, but I mean, it clearly looks like it's in some kind of ascending, maybe megaphone, and I think you can buy dips here. It looks pretty good. I personally would want to wait for a bit of a pullback, but maybe it won't.
What does this company does?
Oh, I have no idea. AI?
A tech company of some kind.
Yeah, someone else can look it up. I don't want to freeze my computer. Yeah. I want to do Sibanye Stillwater again. This one reached its high of the year today, which has been just lovely.
What?
And
How come we didn't know about these stocks, man, in advance?
I've been telling you about this one since the 4s. Yeah, this one's been lovely. I sold a decent bit today, though, because my number was 750 the whole time. I was looking for that, and it hit it today. I think it's an important level because that was a prior level that had some choppiness. So I think there'll be a pullback from here, personally. That's why I sold some. I'm going to hold some for longer term, but...
Are you looking to buy back at that gap fill?
I think I would add a little more at the gap fill. I have a pretty full position. I took 10% off of my position today, so I can afford to add that back.
The way you spoke, I thought it was more like 25.50.
25.50?
You only took 10%. That's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've held this for so long that 10% felt like a lot.
Uh-huh.
But sure, yeah, I mean, I could have taken more. But yeah, I think gap fill could make sense. I would like to probably re-enter somewhere in the 7 to 720 range.
K Indonesia says this is one for you.
Yeah, sure. I'll look at. Wait, what is this? ESR? I don't see it.
K
Yeah,
Indonesia, maybe you have the wrong symbol.
yeah. If you have a different symbol, K Indonesia, let us know. But yeah, Dr. J Kamal, what do you want to chart?
Tesla.
Tesla and Wolf.
Tesla and Wolf sounds good. Familiar favorites. So this one, interesting. Looks like it's forming some kind of little wedge here. Let me draw this real quick. What do we have here? It's too many lines.
It moved up nicely on the after Sunday's robo launch.
It did, yeah. And it gave some back the last few days, but it looks like it's kind of chopping around here. I'm looking for it to hit this wedge, and then I think maybe we see. Well, it's unclear. I think it'll depend on the broader market, because what's interesting is if you draw this wedge here, it kind of coincides with the same time frame that the SPY megaphone or the vortex was at. So I mean, it could, if SPY is going to drop at that level, Tesla will too. But I mean, that means you might have another 30 points up.
But I think whatever happens with SPY is going to be quick. So even if it does reach, we're talking about a month, that it was, or 8 weeks or something like that, for it to reach its high, and then it could drop in another month and come roaring back late in the year. So
That's true. Yeah. And I mean, this is looking like it's trying to have the same cross as SPY, the 50 days creeping up past the 200. So yeah, I mean, this looks pretty bullish on a short-term time frame.
I've been accumulating, just for the record.
I know
Tesla,
that you.
Yeah.
I know
So,
that you really like this. Yeah.
I
so
think my
then
target on this
you're
one
going
is
to have that 1 million cabs.
500 based on RoboCab going up in numbers to at least 1,000, and by the end of the year. Hopefully 10,000, but at least 1,000.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I think it could go to 10,000 RoboCabs for the end of the year.
We'll see. I know so little about what they're able to do, because they kicked the can down the road for so long that.
Well, everyone doubts Musk because he always gives targets that are unrealistic.
Yeah, we'll see though. I'll do Wolf now. Wolf's kind of interesting too. I like the pattern. Let me draw this line too.
Wolf is also an energy play besides being a Bitcoin miner.
I think this looks pretty bullish to me. I mean, the candle today was excellent. It kind of has made this. It's not really a W, but it's chopping around. I mean, this is sort of a cup and handle. Yeah.
If it goes above the 200,
I like the fundamentals. I like the company.
if it breaks the 200,
not to sell until at least 6 was Kamal, right?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I like this one because this looks like a classic cup and handle formation, and today might have been the break of the handle up. And I think that what Kamal was saying makes sense, that if you see the 200-day become support rather than resistance, then you got to.
It's going to fill that gap. You see that gap?
Yeah, I do. Then you're basically up near $6. Yep.
Well, if we're going to do Wolf, we have to do BTC.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna buy some more wolf.
I sold my entire position today in MicroStrategy.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I did not. I still have my whole position.
So do I.
392 and some change.
You always seem to get out at the right part of the day.
I put that target price a while ago, like maybe a week or 10 days ago.
Well, you have good timing on when to get out, usually.
I'm loving Bitcoin more and more the more charts I look at, because I really think that it still hasn't decoupled from the S&P, and at some point I think it will. But its relative strength is always higher than the other indices.
I'll tell you what I like. I like the dip below that key level and it finished strong. 100,000.
Agreed.
The dip below 100,000.
I was worried here at this low because it
We
made a
all
new.
were. We all were.
Yeah, but now, I mean, if basically it's simple. If we make a new high, this is going to go to 130, 140.
Right now, we do have two lower highs and one lower low.
Yeah, this pattern on a short-term time frame doesn't look good, but the bigger picture I think is quite bullish. But I mean, you don't love to see this. I think the next pullback, if there is one, needs to be quick, and it needs to make a new all-time high.
Do you see the repetition the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's just like this yo-yo down. It's making like this and lower lows.
It's going to keep going up to.
You could argue it's consolidating, this point.
You could argue that, yeah. I mean, I just think that this is the pattern that it will break soon.
Oh, it's a flag. It's just a flag pattern.
Yeah, and then when it breaks,
it's a bull flag.
Yeah, when it breaks up past this, it'll go to, I think, 135 is probably what I'd predict.
Yeah, I think I'm in around that level too.
Yeah, maybe 140. We'll see, but
I don't remember what I was saying last time, but around there.
Yeah, but you're right. This is a bull flag, especially because it's up near all-time highs, so it's not just going to break up easily. It needs some time to reset.
Well, it's been a risk-on asset. It's been following the Qs, so the Qs are new highs. There's every reason to believe this will be.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, if it hits the 50-day, it's a buy.
NVIDIA made a new all-time high today.
I saw that. I don't own any NVIDIA, and I'm not happy about that.
It's my second highest or third highest holding.
I sold it all a while back. It was good for me, but
I still have some shares from $40.
That's almost 400%. It's pretty good.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, this is similar where it's at an all-time high. Today's candle was red, so you might see a bit of a pullback here, but it looks good.
What a run.
Yeah, I mean, since April, it's basically doubled.
Yeah.
So what's the good news? Why did it move up yesterday and today?
This candle, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it had earnings. Earnings are not till August, I don't think. I mean, it could just be.
You just mentioned their earnings a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what the catalyst is. It could just be the entire sector is doing well, so this is a leader.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah. All right. Any final ones? I got to go in 5 minutes.
Good.
Huh?
Final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll stop sharing and then final thoughts.
Okay, so Kamal, you got some final thoughts, advice? Not advice. We don't give advice.
I have some targets. I have some very close targets on some of the stocks I own. So I'm planning to sell. I'm expecting a pullback, maybe not a major pullback, but in the next week or two. A
You know,
couple pullbacks before
five
you.
5%.
Yeah, something like that. So I want to have some cash on the side to be ready for.
Cash, there's already $1 trillion worth of cash on the sidelines. John, what's your final thought?
My final thoughts is this metals run that's been good to me this year. I'm gonna start to become a little more pessimistic on them in the short term, and I want to move that money into crypto and AI.
I'm continuing by buying a little bit at a time of Tesla. Probably go back and buy a little more crypto in between, and I'm looking for an entry into silver, probably SILJ to juniors. And that's it for today, right?
Yep.
That is it. Thank you.
Hasta luego. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.